are going to the Tampa Baseball Museum at Al López house today. They're going to go ahead and do the grand opening over here in Ybor City. So stay tuned. One of my videos, I got Tony Pizzo in there, the Tampa legend. And the street is named after him right here, East 8th Avenue. Via Tony Pizzo. Here we are in beautiful Ybor City, making our way to the Al López house, Tampa Baseball Museum. The Roosters, Ybor City Roosters. A lot of people on hand already.
Turned out to support selling me crabs on the side, and he was selling it over there, and snow cones.
Esto es histórico aquí, mira, Mario Núñez y el viejo. Felipe, los dos. Felipe es una eminencia. The man has so much knowledge of baseball and Tampa and history. It's been a pleasure to talk to him.
It's been wonderful.
So I really enjoyed this.
We will continue. This is not goodbye. This is until we do it again.
Absolutely.
And we continue the conversation going forward. What a great day to spend together.
Oh, I look forward to it.
Thank you, brother.
Thanks, guys.
Good morning. Good morning. Is this a great morning to be in Ybor City? Yes. Is it a great morning for local baseball? Yes. Well, I would like to welcome you to opening day for the Tampa Baseball Museum at the Al López House. I'm Chantal Havia, President and CEO of the Ybor City Museum Society. Thank you for joining us to celebrate our community's baseball heritage and the many, many people, many of you here today, and the events that shaped 135 years of baseball history in Tampa and Hillsborough County. It's a legacy that began right here in Ybor City, and it's unparalleled by all but just a very few baseball towns throughout the entire country. I remember another auspicious day, May 15th, 2013, when we were standing right here on that corner with about 60 members of the media, waiting for a house built more than 100 years ago to come rolling down the street. Now that house, whose arrival we eagerly anticipated, was not just any house. It was the childhood home of Al López, Tampa's first major league player, manager, and Hall of Fame inductee. It was the house where Al, El Señor, lived for more than 50 years. And when his son, Al Jr., who has joined us today along with his family, lived until he graduated from high school. Now, Al's house will serve the community as a gathering place for baseball friends from near and far, a home for inspiration, education, and a living history that continues on. I would also like to thank our entire board who has been very supportive of this, both our current and past trustees, because without them, we couldn't have put this together. Al López Jr. and his 3 children were our first visitors to the museum. We were so honored that they were here. It was a privilege to experience the museum through their eyes. They had so many wonderful stories to tell. And they breathed life into these exhibits with their stories. So we wanted someone from the López family to speak to you today. And so I'm going to introduce to you Al López III.
Thank you, Chantal. First and foremost, how is Lou Piniella not in the Hall of Fame? Somebody in Cooperstown needs to be listening to us here in Tampa. So my grandfather loved Tampa. Loved it, and Tampa loved him. But every time, as soon as the season was over, he would come right back to Tampa. He didn't want to stay in New York or Chicago or anywhere. So the first time he came back, after playing his first year for the Brooklyn Dodgers, he had a car. Nobody had cars. He had a car. New York plates on it. So he drives back to Tampa, and he tells the story that he was at the Cuban Club, at a dance. And he said, I'm a Major League Baseball player, I'm a single guy. He said, I was really putting it on with all the ladies. And somebody yells, Al, come here and look out the window. Well, his car was on the side of the road, and these kids were taking the tires, stealing the tires from his car. He yells down, he knew them, they were friends of his. And they put the tires back on the car. But anyway, like I said, my grandfather loved Tampa. He would be so proud of this. Thank you so much for coming. I hope everybody comes often to see this great museum. Thanks.
He is enthusiastically, and that with a big enthusiastic, supported the Tampa Baseball Museum since day one. Born and raised in West Tampa, my hometown, he is nationally recognized as a legacy in Major League Baseball. As a player, a coach, and a manager, and he has just absolutely been our first go-to guy from the beginning. Now he's known as Sweet Lou, both for his swing as a major league hitter and facetiously to describe his demeanor as a player and manager. Oh, is that true? But to me and to us, he's Sweet Lou as the very first donor of artifacts to the museum, and for graciously sharing his baseball stories, attending our events, and serving as honorary host of our Home Runs in History for 4 years. As you know, we were just waiting to give the podium to Lou Piniella.
Yeah, Chantel, thank you for your wonderful introduction. I'm honored to be the host for this wonderful event, and I want to welcome and thank all of you for coming. And it's only fitting that this is Al López's house that the museum is being stored in, because he set the stage as a first major leaguer coming out of this town, Hall of Famer, and he made it possible for kids like myself to dream the dream to be a Major League Baseball player. So, Al, we thank you. And here's his son that we went to school at Cheswick. You know, I just visited and looked at the museum this morning, and I was thrilled with all the wonderful tributes to all the great athletes from the city of Tampa that played Major League Baseball. 89 players. At one time, this area here was the most prolific area that supplied talent to the big leagues. And I'm not talking about marginal players, I'm talking about great players, and they're all in here. So we thank the city of Tampa and the Tampa Ybor City Sports Authority for doing this for us. We're honored, and I encourage all of you to come and visit as often as you can, because if you love baseball, and obviously you do for being here, you'll really enjoy going through here and looking at the history of this wonderful sport in this city. So please come as often as possible and enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for coming.
Anybody that has kids? People? Yeah, you're gonna catch it. Oh boy.
All right, who's throwing?
Play ball.
All right.
Tampa Baseball Museum at the Al López house. Checking it out for the first time today. Beautiful, Al López right there. First major league player from Tampa to make it to the big leagues. Al López Field. Used to be here in Tampa, they knocked it down. It was the spring training home of the Cincinnati Reds.
Actually,
Which is amazing. It's a shame it's gone. Beautiful piece of Tampa history there. There he is. The gentleman, el caballero. El señor. 1982. That's really, really amazing. And here's home plate from Al López Field. Pretty great. Talks about the history here now. Baseball started in Tampa. Cigar factories and Cuba. Cuban connection. Mr. Ebler. Jose Marti. The Havana Cubans, they used to come here to Tampa to play all the time. Here's some uniforms. Havana Cubans. It's a beautiful uniform. Some cigars and a baseball glove. This so symbolic of Tampa. So much history here in the area. And a little baseball diamond here. There's Al López. Amazing player and great manager. Managed the Indians, the Sox. Just an amazing icon here. It's a great little museum. And here we go. You got the Tampa Smokers, the Tampa Tarpons, which they just brought back the name again. It's pretty historic.
Senior was not born in 1985. No, that's when he played baseball. That's when he got
This is really cool. If you're a baseball fan, strongly encourage you. Come checking this place out. Tampa Yankees. We renamed them again now, maybe Tampa Tarpons again. This is really cool. So there you have it, guys. The new Tampa Baseball Museum at the Al López house. I strongly encourage you guys to go see it if you're baseball fans. It's an amazing piece of history. 89 baseball players have come out of the Tampa Bay area. Most of them Cuban, Spanish, from West Tampa. So needless to say, we're very proud of that fact. You know, here in the Tampa Bay area, baseball, cigars, they all kind of go together. Al López was the son of a cigar maker. Didn't want to work in a cigar factory, so he decided to play baseball. Became a Brooklyn Dodger. Great ball player, great person, a manager. Just great stories. Had a great time today. So I appreciate you guys for tuning in, and I hope you enjoyed the show. Take care. Here we are getting on the Causeway, or Highway 60, from Tampa over to Clearwater, and ultimately to Tarpon Springs. But this is a beautiful day here today, and the weather's gorgeous. And this is always a nice little trip here on the Causeway. You see Tampa Bay is just beautiful here. A lot of folks on over here at Rocky Point and this whole area here, as you can see. Just a scenic route. Beautiful weather today.